The sun rose over Green Meadow Park, casting a golden glow across the dew-soaked grass, but something felt off, a subtle tension in the air that was impossible to ignore. The usual cheerful barks and laughter were missing, replaced by an uneasy silence that seemed to settle over every corner of the park. Dog owners, coffee in hand, exchanged worried glances as their pets stayed close, unusually subdued and reluctant to stray far. Max, David's golden retriever, sniffed the ground nervously, his tail low, refusing to run ahead as he usually did. The park, normally the heart of the community, felt tense and unfamiliar, as if a shadow had fallen over its familiar paths. People sensed a shift, though no one could explain it. Conversations were hushed, eyes darted, and a collective unease grew. Dogs hesitated, owners lingered, and the usual laughter was gone, replaced by a heavy, expectant silence. A few left early, their dogs pulling them toward the exit, eager to escape the strange atmosphere. The park emptied faster than usual, the silence deepening as the morning wore on. The sun shone, but its warmth was missing, unable to dispel the chill that lingered. The beauty of the park seemed to hide something dark, a secret waiting to be uncovered. No one knew it yet, but this was the beginning of a story that would shake their community to its core. It was the start of a crime that was both personal and public, a violation of a place they all loved and trusted, a morning that would never be forgotten. By noon, panic hit the local vet clinic. The waiting room buzzed with anxious whispers, the air thick with worry. Sarah burst through the doors, clutching her beagle, Cooper, who had collapsed after their morning walk in Green Meadow Park. Her voice trembled as she pleaded for help. Dr. Evans quickly recognized the symptoms: poisoning. The diagnosis sent a chill through the clinic. The phones rang non-stop. 4 more dogs, all from the same park, all with the same terrifying symptoms. The pattern was undeniable and horrifying. Something sinister was happening. Dr. Evans reached out to other clinics. The story repeated: sick dogs, all from Green Meadow Park. The park was the only link, and fear began to spread. News raced through the pet owner community. Texts and calls flew, panic mounting with every message. The park, once filled with laughter and wagging tails, now felt haunted by dread. Dog-walking groups vanished overnight. Parents hurried their children away, casting nervous glances back. The community's trust in their beloved park was shattered. Dr. Evans and other vets reported the incidents to police, desperate for answers. This was no accident. It was a crime, and the evidence was mounting. Police began combing the park, searching for the source of the poison. The evidence pointed to a deliberate act. Someone had targeted the park. The quiet park now held a dark secret, and the community waited in fear, desperate for answers as the investigation began. Police combed every inch of Green Meadow Park at first light, searching for anything out of place. Their flashlights swept over dew-soaked grass, pausing at every shadow. Hidden beneath bushes and scattered near trees, they discovered small chunks of meat, each with a strange blue-green tint. The blue powder was unmistakable, poison, carefully mixed in. The bait was placed exactly where dogs would sniff, as if someone knew their routines. Lab analysis revealed a rare, highly toxic pesticide, illegal for public use. Investigators pieced together the timeline. The bait was set out before dawn by someone who knew the park's quietest hours. News of the poisoned bait spread quickly. Police issued urgent warnings, and social media lit up with fear and outrage. The community was shaken. Who would go to such lengths to harm their pets? The park was sealed off, transformed overnight into a crime scene. Residents demanded answers and action, their trust in the safety of Green Meadow Park shattered. The once lively park now stood empty, a symbol of fear and betrayal. The investigation was a puzzle with few clues, and every detail mattered. Detectives worked tirelessly, piecing together fragments others might overlook. They mapped every bait and sick dog location, slowly revealing a pattern that traced the most popular dog-walking routes through the park. Forensic experts discovered faint size 10 shoe prints, always from a single person, at nearly every site. The dry weather preserved these subtle clues, making the invisible trail visible to trained eyes. The poisonings always happened on weekday mornings, early, suggesting a strict routine. The suspect blended in, moving with purpose, never drawing attention. Police built a profile, a local man, deeply familiar with the park, hiding in plain sight. With each clue, the invisible trail grew clearer, guiding investigators closer to the truth. Police set up surveillance, waiting for the suspect to return. They watched the park through the night, hoping to catch the mysterious figure in the act. On Thursday morning, a man entered the park, walking a small terrier. He moved quietly, blending into the early dawn. He avoided eye contact, his steps purposeful, following a route he seemed to know by heart. His demeanor was withdrawn, almost invisible to those around him. Officers watched as he veered off the path, crouching to place something under a bush, glancing around to make sure no one saw. Cameras caught him leaving bait 3 times before he quietly exited the park. Police identified him as Arthur Finch, a quiet, solitary man who lived nearby. He rarely spoke, kept to himself, and was known for his routine walks. Dog owners recognized him, a familiar face, always present but never engaging, his silence making him almost invisible. He was the quiet man with the leash, hiding his secret in plain sight, his reserved nature masking a darker intent. Why would Arthur, a dog owner, do this? What could drive someone to such a desperate act? Police found no criminal record, but neighbors described him as resentful, withdrawn, and deeply bitter after a tragedy. Arthur hated the noise and chaos of the park, feeling invisible as his repeated complaints were ignored by the city. A year earlier, his beloved terrier was killed by a larger dog right here. The loss shattered him. Grief curdled into obsession. He began to see every dog and owner as part of his pain, fueling a need for revenge. His actions became a twisted attempt at justice, punishing the community for the wound he could never heal. In his mind, he wasn't a villain, but a broken man taking back control in a world that had ignored his suffering. Police planned Arthur's arrest for the next Tuesday morning. As he placed poisoned meat under a bush, officers moved in. They found more bait in his pocket and arrested him on the spot. His small dog was taken into care. In his apartment, police found the pesticide, matching shoes, and incriminating internet searches. Arthur confessed, explaining his grief and frustration. He showed no remorse, believing his actions were justified. The community was left shocked. A neighbor, not a monster, had caused so much pain. After Arthur's arrest, Green Meadow Park began to heal. The scars of the past lingered, but hope slowly crept back in. The park was cleaned, the yellow tape removed, and new flowers planted as a sign of renewal. At first, people were cautious, but slowly, life returned. Dog-walking groups gathered again, more watchful and connected. A park watch group formed, determined to protect their space. The crisis made the community stronger, forging new friendships and trust. Joyful barks and laughter returned, echoing across the grass. The park survived, changed but not broken, a testament to the resilience and hope of a community that refused to let fear win.